Yo, Snapchat. So enough fluffy futurism. Let's talk about an idea I've had for a while that's kind of like, a deep topic. Hive minds and supercollective artificial intelligence. How to create the global hive mind. So I think for this to make a little bit more sense, you need to kind of look at humans as computational processes. I mean, our brains are essentially computers, and if you look at the universe, that's essentially a computer as well. And while humans are the most intelligent species on this planet so far, it's individually we're not that great. We can't really do a lot. It's through the collective that we actually achieve things. Even putting aside computers and AI, something like, how do you make, an individual cannot make a pair of glasses. The amount of stuff you have to go through, you have to extract the oil and process it and everything. No one individual can know the entire process from raw material to make a pair of glasses, all the way through and everything required from start to finish. And so it shows that individually we're not great. And so the analogy I like to use here is, if you look at an ant colony, some of them are amazingly complex structures. And yet if you took an individual ant and said, oh, how'd you build this? They wouldn't know at all. Same goes to something like a beehive. They make vast, very complex decisions on where to find the pollen and how to process it and, how to vote on things, and yet no individual is doing that. So it's pretty obvious that these complexities emerge through the individual actions of people within that unit. And just by doing their individual things, it actually creates this amazing complexity. And so there's a direct correlation here between, why no individual knows how to make a pair of sunglasses and things like our global economy and the internet. No individual knows how the whole thing works. Okay, so the next thought here is that everyone's kind of on this consensus now that the internet is kind of helping us build a global brain, where each individual is kind of like a neuron in that brain, and we're using our devices to connect to it. So then if you extrapolate out Moore's law, things like our smartphones, within 20 years will be the size of a blood cell. And so then there's this idea that, we're going to have nanobots go through and wrap each neuron in our brain. Think about how we communicate now. The best thing we can possibly do is push air out of our mouth with, flapping our meat up and down in our mouth, and then tapping on phones to send text over the internet. So think of how many ideas are being missed. The neurons in my brain are firing. I'm creating all these awesome thoughts. Then I'm having to push it out through air. The air's having to go to someone else's ear, and they're having to process and take it in. So now imagine all 7 billion humans on the planet. They have nanobot injections that are wrapping all 100 billion neurons in each of their brains. And so we're connected at a neural level. Yeah. I think we still have the illusion of individuality. We'd still feel like we're ourselves. But, a neuron might fire in my brain, which might cause a cascading, pathway of firing throughout the global hive mind. And to me, honestly, I think this is how we create AI. This is the AI we should be after, not the Terminator type AI, the one we can understand, the super collective AI that we can't understand. And so the analogy here is we're a complex creature, we're a conscious creature. We have 100 billion neurons, but if I took a single neuron and asked them, do you know what you've created? They would have no freaking clue. And that then raises the question, have we already created an AI? Is it just a dumb AI that's not quite developed yet? And when we do create this super intelligent AI, will we ever even notice it exists and how powerful it is? I mean, we have consciousness, or at least the illusion of it, but our neurons have no idea what they've made. So when we're the neurons in a global brain, will it be conscious and we'll have no idea that we've created this conscious, powerful being? This idea too is why I'm not that fussed about AI ethics and morals, because if we're a global consciousness, we'll have global and ethical morals that will reflect our own, because we'll be a symbiosis. So imagine 700 billion neurons operating as a single entity in a symbiosis with all of our quantum computers and all of our trillions of devices scattered throughout everywhere, our entire planet. To me, that is the next epoch of human evolution. That is the next progress. That is where the point at which we transcend beyond the singularity and explore out into the stars or down closer into femtotech level. It's really fucking exciting. Most of the prominent people who talk about this are predicting it'll happen within our lifetimes. Holy shit. Is anyone even prepared for that? No.